Hey everybody, welcome to my review. My name's Tyler. I am here to review the Ultra Lone Peak High Top. This is the hiker version of the Lone Peak, and it is a high top compared to what you have in the Lone Peak 6 here. So this will be my second high top version of the Lone Peak hiker. This is my first one here. As you can tell, they're pretty worn. But it was a great shoe. I'm not really ready to retire it yet because I love playing disc golf in these shoes. So we're going to keep these around for a little bit longer until they start to fall apart. But I've had them for about 2 years. I originally bought them for a backpacking trip, and I've used them for long hikes ever since. I find the added support in the high top is a little bit better than the low top, which I wear the low top frequently as well. So I've had several different pairs of Ultras over the years. So I've had 2 pairs of the 5s and 2 pairs of the 6s. And I just, I kind of go through them because I wear them at work and I wear them hiking. And now I have a pair for mowing the lawn. So they're pretty great shoes. And if you don't have them, I really recommend getting a low top as well. So just going to kind of jump right in. We're going to talk about the bottom of the shoe and we'll work our way up. So the bottom of the shoe, and we're going to compare this to the Lone Peak, the earlier iteration. So we'll talk about the bottom of the shoe. Obviously this one's a little bit more worn, so just keep that in mind. So right away you'll notice that there are these little vents right here that go to the midsole, and that might be to add extra flexion on the bottom. It's kind of hard to tell. But it also might add to, the quick drying feature of these shoes. You'll see right away that this doesn't have it. They're actually hidden underneath I call them like chevrons. The shape of their tread is kind of like a chevron. It's kind of hidden up underneath there. So that black color in there, that's the midsole. Right here inside the toe, on the big toe, you notice there's a little bit more to it over here than there is here. So on the old version, not as much, and that wears out quick. So there can be some slippage there. That was kind of one of the issues that I have with this shoe, is a little bit slippy when it comes to the front and the mid of the shoe. So moving down to the middle, as you can see, like these treads are very similar. It's a little bit beefier over here though. Obviously it's a newer shoe, but it just seems more pronounced on this shoe than it did on this one. So, this is all obviously in the shape of your foot. It's supposed to follow the 5, bones in your foot and the toes as they spread, right, as you're walking. So this right here, there's not a whole lot here. This is all flexible. There is grip here. Again, the midsole for flexion of your foot. So you can feel how soft that is right here. You don't have that here, but there is like a rubber here that's kind of flexible. So that to me is really exciting for this shoe, because I've found that I've slid around, here as well. I have flat feet, so anywhere where my foot is going to contact the ground, I need to have something there, right? You have the same thing in the toe as you do the heel here. You don't have that on the old, nothing different here, right? Again, with the vents, I guess you could call them. But here you've got a little bit more grip in the heel. So where you're first contacting the ground, it's got a little bit more grip. So that's pretty different. And just for reference, my original high top, the Lone Peak 6, they have almost the exact same tread, if not the exact same. So we're going to move up to the top of the shoe and the mid. Okay, so you've got this dark gray color and black. I honestly would have rather had a brighter color, like a red or maybe a green or something. The other option was like a brown with a teal. Just kind of thought those colors were kind of boring. But it's a hiking shoe, so you can't really expect too much. I'm here for it, I guess. So we talk about the support that we have on the sides. And really, with this shoe, it's very soft. And that may be because it's worn in. I don't remember it being particularly, when it was brand new, rigid or supported for that matter. With this, it seems slightly better. The sides are built up better. This portion right here helps to hold the side up, as this portion does here on this shoe. It's really hard to tell because they're dark colored. I apologize. But it's got a little bit more, I guess, just support here on the sides. Whereas, you know, this area right here just kind of feels really, really soft. So that's not a bad thing. I mean, there's probably good and bad things to that being soft. But I really feel like on the longer hikes, you really just want to have something that feels a little bit meatier on your foot. And even though these are different weights, I can tell that there's going to be a different fit and feel to this shoe. Because, first of all, on the tongue here, there's a little bit of added support here. That's going to kind of keep the shoe a little bit more comfortable on the top of your foot. And then when we look at like the heel of the shoe here, or on the ankle rather, excuse me, has these little supports here that kind of keep this upright. When you buy a high top, right, you don't want it to be super flimsy. You want to have something there so you don't roll your ankle, or you know, I don't know, you just kind of want to have something there. You buy high tops for a reason, and this kind of does the job, I would say. A little bit of a decorative loop back here. This probably does something that I don't even know. If you know what that is, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But for the most part, I think it's just to get your shoes on, or to hang your shoes if they're wet when you get to camp, or whatever have you, if they're muddy or whatever. So that's kind of a neat little addition that they made there. And it kind of seems, I don't know how well it's attached there. We'll find out, right? So really, the only thing that I have left is like my biggest gripe about this shoe was that the shoestrings were rounded. It's kind of hard to tell, but they're rounded shoestrings. I felt like they came untied very easily. This does not have that. These have the flat ends. And you know what? I could have probably replaced these shoestrings with anything. I decided not to. I don't know if it's laziness or what, but you know, you could put whatever shoestrings you want on here. It doesn't make a difference. The tongue itself feels, again, like the rest of the shoe, it just feels like there's more support. There's more. It's not just like super clothy like this is. This almost feels a little short. This feels definitely a little bit longer. So maybe it's going to offer a little bit more cushioning on the front of my shin. So look forward to checking that out. And I don't know if I said this or not, but I did buy a 10.5 of this particular shoe because feeling like this is like my toes rubbing up against it. So we're going to go a little bit bigger, and we're going to see if that works. For a future video, we'll talk about whether or not I decided to go with the 10.5 after, you know, making sure the size is right around the house and in the backyard. And then we'll talk about my trail test. So the trail test hopefully will get done in the next couple of weeks. 10 miles, something like that. We'll take this shoe along with us and see how it does on the trail. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, drop a like, I guess. I don't know. How do you say that you liked it? Constructive criticism, questions, comments, feedback. I'll take it all. I'd love to do reviews, and I'd love for Altra to send me their shoes to do reviews. But for now, I'll keep paying for them. So, y'all have a good day.